Live here, Constellation Cup Game 4 and a blistering opening quarter from the Australian Diamonds, leading 16-7. What a start, Kath.
Unbelievable start. Not the start that New Zealand would have wanted by any stretch of the imagination. 14 turnovers in that first quarter alone. And by contrast, it's been pretty clinical for the Diamonds.
Well, there's a moment now for New Zealand. The change ringing in at about the 10-minute mark in the opening quarter. Ekenasio on. Tippett to stand out of play. Langman again into the pocket. Saunders now on. Crampton on the bench.
Well, they tried that again in Sydney, didn't they? And it didn't work for them. Saunders just a brief time on court.
Let's get across to Shani Layton. I imagine Shani, the Aussie huddle, would have been pretty happy.
They were. There wasn't too much to touch on. You just notice as they're driving out of court, they really want to balance the court out. Joe Weston, I suppose, are getting to court on the same side. And in defence right now, as we should see, they're wanting to cut off this first drive to make them those second and third bleeds to hopefully force the errors after that.
Advantage wing attack obstruction.
Need to start chipping away, don't they, New Zealand?
Offside goal attack.
Allow out Saunders straight into the mess. Ekenasio, she had the hot hand in Sydney. Will need to deliver again today. This will be her first goal since coming onto the court. Brazel, superb early. Oh, the swing.
Beautiful swing ball, and there's Bassett and Tippett. Two options, the connection rock solid.
The ball speed movement at the moment, Kath, is the best I've seen at this series from Australia.
It is, and it's just a lot, well, it's sharper in terms of, I think it was there and it's been there or thereabouts, but it's had some errors with it. They've really fine-tuned that.
Good position, top of the circle for Saunders. Oh no, that is a terrible, terrible call. I apologise to New Zealand fans. That, my friends, was cleanly Folau's ball. Umpire caught in the wrong position. Well, that's what happens in sport. Yeah.
Yep, umpire right behind, couldn't see. This is now Australia's biggest lead of this entire series.
Sherian, Lizzie Watson, a bit of space, unusual to see. When you're up against
taken Caitlin Bassett. It was mid-air and she called, nah, I can't get to it. Pulls it in.
Yeah, presence of mind then to offload to Watson, finds Tippett. And again, this tack end, the attack end for the Diamonds. Very good.
Well, have a look. Pulls it in on the fingers, has balanced the feet. And here, have a look at that last 10. That is not good news for New Zealand.
Neither is that. It's an offside call, so another chance now for Australia. Transition. Weston on the drive through court, opens the vision, swings.
Oh, home alone, there she is. Caitlin Bassett under the post, and Lizzie Watson, the vision.
Well, Noeline Tarua with some work to do. The Diamonds have stepped it up.
Well, what does she do? This is the 7 that's done the job for her.
Well, they've got to minimise error and they've got to slow the Aussie attack down, surely. Saunders, Ekenasio out, ignored. Folau needs to deliver for the Kiwis, and she does.
Hold time.
Just needing to retrieve, should I say, the ball from the ring. So Saunders out again. And just cramped. Have a look at, there's no space being opened.
And that's what happens where there's nowhere to go. It's a hoik and a hope.
This side.
Yeah, great screen set up. Ekenasio took Weston out of the action.
Bruce out of play. So Ekenasio, goal number 2 for her. Accuracy was vastly improved in game 3 for New Zealand. Tippett, top. Caitlin Bassett pointed for the swing. It drew the defenders and then opened up at the post.
Well, the Centurion is without doubt having one of her best games in a long time.
Another opportunity, gee. Well, moment miss. And the ping pong happens again. Turnovers 18 to New Zealand, 11 to Australia, not even half time. That's how messy this game has been early.
Yeah, that's fine. Contact with defence. Contact with
Oh, the pressure inside the circle, enough to create the held ball. No movement from either shooter. So here go Australia again, through court. Bruce wants to get it moving. Weston out wide. Bassett is mismatched in the circle. Berger goes hunting.
Oh, great work, Caitlin Bassett again. She read that well, ended up setting a screen.
Well, I'd love to have seen Tippett take that shot.
Yeah.
Instead, we have to go back to go forwards. Berger.
Not really any closer, is she? With the step in, marginally.
23 to 10. No one would have predicted this after it being the closest Constellation Cup series from game 3.
Well, again, Caitlin Bassett is just playing with such a mature head. She's directing traffic.
Well, directing traffic too much and created the contact. It's the best I've seen her play this series. No two ways about it. Folau, baseline. Hands from Bruce, creates the tip, the turnover into the hands of Weston, and Australia go again. Well, they are setting up opportunity time and time again. Sherry in space in the pocket, free as a bird, Bassett front. And eventually, they slow it down off the leg of Berger.
Oh, again, what a great, powerful, strong and fast drive from Gretel Tippett across the top of the circle to draw the contact penalty.
Tippett steps in, almost the layup of Gretel Tippett, just pauses on the shot.
Work. Have a look at the drive, though. Puts her head down and gets going. Pulls the penalty.
Catherine, are you shocked?
I'm very much shocked. As I said, I had asked so many people. I didn't even know what was going to happen in this game. Normally you have a little feeling, but this is an outstanding opener for the Diamonds.
And this is an opportunity for New Zealand, and they now need to make sure that conversion is absolutely paramount. Langman, Saunders wants ignored. So the entry from Folau through the top, lines up, needs the goal. Oh, just creeps through.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that department. 100% for Folau and Ekanasio, just lacking opportunity, just the 8 shots between them. Have a look at the missing net points on screen there, the difference between the two sides.
Wow.
Very rarely would you see a negative next to the Silver Ferns as a collective.
Well, very rarely do you see a team in minus. So another goal off the hand of Gretel Tippett. She's 10 from 10. Bassett just the one miss, 15 from 16. Over 6 to play until we get into the big break at half-time. Gee.
Nothing coming forward again for the Ferns. Langman taking the wide and long berth.
So to slot another one on the board for Maria Folau. She does just the job. A big lead at the moment. Plenty of big fans in the house, none bigger than this man, and it is our Prime Minister. And Shani Layton is over there with the man of the moment. Gee, he must be happy with this start.
I think he is, Prime Minister Morrison. Thank you so much for joining me. How are you finding your Diamonds experience?
Well, it's fantastic, and it's great to see so many people out here today. I mean, this stadium is absolutely chocker, and they're seeing a terrific display from Australia today. I mean, their defence is just extraordinary.
It is. Now, I've got to touch on quickly, work first, the 30 million to netball. Why was it important for you to give to the netball community?
Well, it's the biggest participation in women's sport in the country, and we want to see that continue. Women's sport, whether it's in netball or many other sports, sports is really going from strength to strength. And we just want to see netball realise its potential. It's very much ingrained in local communities, and it doesn't get the big dollar support really that you see from broadcasters and sponsors yet, but it will. And that just means we've got to help it get to that critical mass, and we want to see that happen.
And we know that you're a great netball dad. So who's your favourite player out court at the moment?
Well, today it's got to be Caitlin. I mean, it's her 100th game and in front of a home crowd and in the decider of the Constellation Series. So, it doesn't get any bigger than that. And she's got a lot of local home crowd support here today.
Now, Prime Minister, I'm not sure if you know this, but in my playing days, did you ever see me play?
I can't say I did.
Oh, devastated. But anyway, when I did, people would have signs and they said Shani for PM. So I was just wondering, are you threatened at all by me?
Not at all. Not at all. You did a great job with what you've done with netball. I just look around a stadium like this and just see so many people having a great time and enjoying a wonderful Australian sport.
Well, thanks for your support, ScoMo. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Shani. All the best.
Oh, my goodness. Shani Layton, you are a turkey.
Only Shani Layton would get away with that too. Oh, great interview.
Well, terrific to have the Prime Minister here and enjoying at the moment an extraordinary start by the Australian Diamonds. This lead 27-13. Kiwis really struggling to find any rhythm. No dramas in accuracy at the post. Plenty to discuss at the big break for Nolene Tarua. For Australia, it will be making sure it is business continued in the second half, because we know, Kat, second halves aren't great for Australia.
Second half's not good at all, in particular in this series. They've won just 3 of 12 quarters in the second halves that they've played against New Zealand this year, so that'll make them nervous. Have a look at that shirt. ScoMo, clear as day.
He's got his own.
Proud.
Funny. Langman. What can she generate? What can she create? And it's another contact call. Or I'm struggling to keep up. Was it a contact call? My goodness. So the obstruction will reset the penalty. Lizzie Watson to do so. Sherian out wide, this side of the camera.
Oh, Caitlin Bassett is just toying with everyone today. An outstanding performance.
Well, she's 19 from 20, Kat. So far this series, 62 from 71 at 87% leading into today's game. Hasn't been on court in the final quarter of any game. That's been the job of Thwaites. Will that happen again today?
Well, she's proving the point at the moment, isn't she, that she wants to finish this 100th game on the court.
A 13-7 quarter this has been so far for Australia. Or 14-7, my apologies. Maria Folau, and she's doing everything possible. That's her 11th straight. And an injury time called. So Jane Watson, she's been battling away against Bassett. Taps hands with Phoenix Karaka. What can she do? I loved her in game 1 before the concussion came.
Yeah, not taken to the court since then. Berger's been doing a great job and really took ownership of that goal defence position.
Gives Caitlin Bassett something different to think about. Berger's going to have to find a way to get the umpire's eyes off her. And there's Katie Thwaites. Her final day in green and gold, should I say.
Well, here's an opportunity for the Ferns. Folau just needs to keep sinking what she's getting.
So just under 90 to play. Silver Ferns need to turn ball over here. They need some momentum leading into half-time. And look at that, on cue, Laura Langman. Well, this is exactly what New Zealand need. This must go in, and it does. And who does the job when needed? The captain. A chance to go 2 in a row. Gee, it's been some time since that happened. And Ashley Brazel, well, she steals the moment for New Zealand.
Oh, well done, Australia, just to carry on, not waiting for umpires' calls to come.
Oh, you can tell this is the end of season 2019. They are fatigued in game 4 of Constellation Cup.
Yeah, well, here's the effort from Ash Brazel. closing speed, so good.
Used her inside arm, Catherine.
We thought the game 3 was messy. Game 4, so far, already more turnovers.
Langman just trying to find space, 23 on the clock, plenty of time to score.
Oh, it should have gone. That ball had to go to Folau then.
Outside, switch it.
Australia have covered the back space far better today than they did in game 3. Ekanasio will just soak the clock up here off the hand. Another one for New Zealand. It'll be Australia's centre pass, but they'll milk the clock. The siren goes, and the Australians have set themselves up for a brilliant second half. 31 to 18. They have thundered through this opening 30 minutes. The coach of the Silver Ferns, plenty to ponder at halftime. This game is not over, folks, because momentum is a beautiful thing in sport. Let's get down to Shani Layton with the captain of the New Zealand Silver Ferns, Laura Langman.
Laura, a tough first half. So feeds last week, you had 43, you've only had 5 to the game. Has it been tough out there? What else do you need to do?
There's been quite a lot of whistle, but I think Australia just have been dominant, very, very dominant. So now we just got to play. Just got to play. We can't control what's getting whistled, so we just got to what's next.
Well, good luck for the second half. And coming in, 100th gamer, Caitlin Bassett. What a great start. Such better ball movement, but they did come back at the second half last week. What do you need to do in this second half?
Yeah, I think we just need to treat it like a brand new game. We did that after that first quarter. I think we adjusted really nicely. Keep hunting for the ball like you used to.
Good work, Baz. Well, all the best in the second half.